Financially raw, real, authentic wisdom with Lourens from Retire Rich and Happy.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Thursday morning. It is just after 10 and it is time for Financially Raw, our weekly show about real, authentic wisdom. What can you do to improve your life, your finances, your business? And today what we're going to talk about is the launch of Nexus-X. I'm very excited to share this with you. This is a new initiative that we as a group of companies have started with our partners, and I'm very excited to share with you, if you are a small business owner, how Nexus-X can help you achieve or go to the next level with your business and really achieve those goals that you've set for yourself. The topic for today is Nexus-X, the next step in the evolution of small business support. So we're going to talk a lot about how Nexus-X can solve the problems you as small business owners face, because let's face it, so many of us as small business owners, we don't have the support. We struggle from day to day in a very lonely environment to achieve the goals that we've set for ourselves. So as per usual, those of you watching on our Facebook and our other social media channels won't be able to listen to the music. So in that period, I'm going to show a video about some business ideas that you can start. So if you aren't a business owner yet and you're looking to start a business, there's some business ideas for you in the video. Those of you listening on Berg Studio, you will obviously get some of our fantastic music. And the music that I'm playing today is, I'm going to play some Prime Circle, Def Leppard, Fountains of Wayne, and the All American Rejects. So there's going to be some nice music playing in the meantime as well. Then if you want to communicate with me in studio, you are welcome to give me a shout out on the Berg Studio website. There's a little shout out button. If you press there, you can chat to me online. If you are on our social media, unfortunately I cannot see all the comments on social media, so you are welcome to WhatsApp me on my personal WhatsApp number, and that number is over there, 082-801-6693, and I will respond to your WhatsApp. Also, if you want to get hold of us, you can go to or send an email to info@retirehappy.co.za, or www.retirehappy.co.za is our website. Also want to urge you to follow us on Facebook, Retire Happy, and then also Nexus-X. Go search Nexus-X and follow us on Facebook. Also our YouTube channel, it is I Retire. You can just follow that. There is almost 300 videos with different information that will help you improve your financial situation or your business situation. So yeah, that is our show for today, and I'm really looking forward to sharing all of this with you. So before we get started, let's go for a short music break. If you are listening on Berg Studio, we will be listening to, on Berg Studio, to Out of This Place from Prime Circle. Those of you watching on our social media channels, I'm going to start the video on business ideas. The 3 business ideas that you can start with little to no capital. So the first one I want to chat to you is drop shipping. So I think a lot of us have heard the term drop shipping, but we don't really understand what drop shipping means. This is a business opportunity that is actually quite simple to set up. And secondly, something that you can do after work every day. You don't have to do it full time in the office, because the drop shipping method works anywhere in the world. So you can do it throughout the world. So you're not limited to specific office hours or specific times. So it's the ideal business to start online as a part-time business. So what is drop shipping? So basically drop shipping is where you do online marketing on behalf of large online retailers. So people or companies with online presence that have an online store, you then do marketing on their behalf. How it basically works is you go and you register a web page. You can do it for free on a website called shopify.com. So you go to shopify.com and you register a web page. Now, before you do that, what I would suggest is first look at what the kind of product is that you are interested in marketing, whether it is something like health-based, it is something for makeup or anything beauty, health, anything like that you can look at. So decide on what kind of product you're looking at, because when you register your web page at Shopify, you want to have a web page that is related to what you're actually doing. So you then register your web page on Shopify, and through Shopify you get a free trial, and it doesn't cost you anything to register it initially. You only, when you start earning money, you then go to the premium package, which costs you about $30 a month. So $30, about 500 Rand a month, which is almost nothing. From there, from the Shopify, you've set up your web page. They then have an app called Oberloo. I always thought that they couldn't spell my surname. Oberloo, Oberloo, and that app then creates an online store on your behalf. So you create an online store on your Shopify webpage, and you can then add products or links to products on that store of yours. You then find online stores or online retailers that do offer drop shipping agreements. So how that works is you then market. The company does everything. You just market people to go to your website. They look at the products, they order from your website, but that is directly linked to the retailer's website. They order, the retailer handles the payments, so they've got their own payment system. Welcome back, everyone, and that was Prime Circle, Out of This Place, one of the best bands to ever come out of South Africa. So let's look at what our topic is going to be for today. And let's start with our discussion of the launch of Nexus-X. It's the next step in the evolution of small business support. This is an initiative that we started through our company, and we have partnered with 10 experts in their field to support small businesses, to help them grow, and to help them achieve their business goals and the revenue goals and the growth that they want to achieve. So the next thing that we need to discuss, and this is my outlook, if we want our economy to grow, we need small businesses to grow. The economy is not going to be grown or built by government or by big business. If we want South Africa's economy to become successful, to grow, to show growth, we need to build it as small business owners, not the big corporations, not the government. They are not going to build this company, this country. Small business is going to be where most of your jobs are created, where we create prosperity for individuals by giving them a way to live the life that they deserve, not the government and not big business. But small business owners face many challenges. So if you are planning to start a small business, or you already have a small business, you will face a lot of these challenges. The first thing is most small businesses are started by a technician having an entrepreneurial seizure. So this is something that you need to understand, the sequence of what happens before most people start a small business. What I mean with a technician is it's usually the person doing the work of the business in a business. So I'll give you an example. You have a plumber working for a plumbing business. So that plumber is the technician. He goes out and he does the plumbing for that plumbing business. So then what happens is that technician has an entrepreneurial seizure. So what that means is, and that comes from the book, The E-Myth Revisited from Michael E. Gerber. And what it means is you as the plumber, you work in a plumbing business, you're a very good plumber, and then you look at your boss, the guy who owns the plumbing business, and you think to yourself, you know what, I can do it better than him. I am sure he does almost nothing. I do all the work, so why can't I just go and work for myself? And that is what we call an entrepreneurial seizure. That is you having that seizure and deciding that you are going to become an entrepreneur and you are going to start a plumbing business. You then find some funds, whether those funds come from your savings. A lot of people cash out their pension fund, they work on their credit cards, or they go take out a personal loan. But you then fund that startup of yours, being the technician, now having your own plumbing business. But what you don't always realize is that being a plumber or being a technician in a business and running a business that does what that business does, what the technician does, is two completely different skill sets. So being a plumber and running a plumbing business is not the same thing. It is completely different. And this is one of the biggest challenges that owners face. Suddenly, 80% of the time they spent in their business is now spent on things they were never trained to do. Contracts, negotiations, employment, training people, making sure that people's salaries are paid, all the accounting things that needs to be done, all the insurance that you need to look at, professional indemnity cover, PI cover, all of those kind of things you were never trained to do. And now suddenly you realize that the portion that you were doing as a technician is only a very small portion of the whole skill set you need to run a business that does that thing. And this then leads to the fact that most small businesses have no access to experts. So you start your business and you then try and do all of these things yourself because you don't have access to experts. And you try and get the people to help you that is the cheapest because you have a limited budget. So you get the cheapest person to do your accounting for you. You get the cheapest person to quickly give you a contract or contracts, employment contracts, or you just go find a template and do it yourself. So what that creates is a lack of affordability for you to pay these experts. So that's why you get the cheapest person. They're not on your staff and they don't understand your business. And a lot of this you try and figure out yourself. So you go, you get a template of a contract, you change it a little bit, and you just hope that that thing will stick and that thing will work. You also have no support as a small business owner. So you don't have people helping you understand what is the right things to do. You have to go to the attorney and say, I need this. You have to go to the accountant and tell them that you need the following. You have to go to the insurance expert and tell them when and what kind of insurance you need. Instead of having the support of experts around you that can guide and tell you what needs to be done. So suddenly all the responsibility sits on your shoulders to remember, understand, and know what the things are that you have to look at and you have to take control of to run a successful business. And then you realize that this wasn't what you signed up for. You just wanted to be your own boss. You just wanted to run a business and have that business grow and help as many customers as possible. And suddenly you now have all these other responsibilities that you have to think about. Things that you know but don't know how to do, and things that you didn't even know about that you need to have done in your business. And all of this leads to stress and a feeling of being overwhelmed. I speak to so many business owners, and inevitably, most of them, 95% of small business owners at any given point in time, is feeling a lot of stress and is feeling completely overwhelmed because they don't have these things in place. They don't have people that they can trust and people that work closely with them and understand their business to help and guide them to achieve the goals that they've set for themselves. And this is why I decided to create a system like Nexus-X, because I believe that I've got a passion to help small business owners achieve their goals. But one expert doesn't help you achieve your goals, because you can't have one person guide you that knows everything. So we needed to get a group of experts together that all small business owners need, and those group of experts can then work with you. So if we look at Nexus-X, Nexus is the center point, the nexus where all the expertise and advice get together. And that becomes you as the small business owner. You are Nexus, or the Nexus. The X is the 10 experts that will surround you, guide you, support you so that you can achieve your goals. So Nexus-X is an exciting new approach to small business support, offering business owners access to a team of 10 experts in various fields with over 200 years of combined experience. The experts we brought together in this Nexus-X group has over 200 years of combined experience in business in their different fields to support you to achieve your goals. Nexus-X focus on assisting small business owners in maximizing the growth potential of their business through education and comprehensive support. Guys, we created a 5-step process that the experts in Nexus-X will take you and guide you through, and I'm going to talk about that 5 steps today. And what they will do is, through education and the support, will guide you through this process to get you to achieve your goals. So before we continue and we start talking about who the Nexus-X experts are and the 5 steps and how those 5 steps will help you build your business, let's go for another short music break. And then those of you watching on our social media channels, let's continue that video about the business ideas that you can start with little to no capital. System, whether it's credit card or PayPal or any of these offers anywhere in the world. So it can be people in America, Australia, anywhere in the world, people can order 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. People can order through your webpage, and the retailer handles the shipping to the client. So they do the payments, they have the products, you don't have to have any stock. They do the shipping out to clients. All you need to do once you've set up your webpage is to start marketing it through your social media channels. And you don't even have to use a paid social media spend. There are so many free community pages or community advertising pages, business pages, where you can place your ads or place your product and promote your product for people to get to your website. So that is quite a simple one to set up. Once the order is shipped and the company has received their payment, they will then pay you a commission on whatever the products is that were sold. That is your profit that you earn. So the automation in this business or in this opportunity is amazing. What you need to do is you just set it up initially. Your job is more on the marketing side to drive traffic to your webpage, and the rest all happens on your behalf. You don't have to get involved in invoicing. You don't have to get involved in payments, collecting money from people. None of that. All of that gets handled for you by your company or the company that you sell on behalf. You can even expand to different kind of products. So there is huge opportunity for growth and leverage as well as automation. So a very, very good idea to get involved with if you want to start something that you can't probably do during the day. You can only do in the evenings. or over weekends. So this is something that you can really get your teeth into. So that's the first one. So guys, I think that's something really interesting to go and research. You can do some research on YouTube, look at drop shipping. There will be a lot of info on there, as well as if you just Google drop shipping. So that's the first one. The second idea you can look at is to start creating training webinars or educational webinars that you do for people. You can arrange business webinars, you can arrange personal training webinars, looking at things like people who want to start a business and don't know how to start a business. You can create a course or do a webinar on that. You can do webinars on any hobby that people want to do or any skill that they want to develop. We are sitting in an age where we cannot go and go into a course where 50 people are involved, but you can have unlimited amount of people on the web on a webinar. And the biggest benefit of this is that you don't even have to be involved in the course. You don't have to go and do the course yourself, because I know a lot of people are very shy, they're scared of public speaking. So you can go to universities, go find or negotiate with lecturers in a specific field to present this webinar. You don't even have to pay a lot for the setup of the infrastructure, the webinar platform, the design and everything. You can partner with a developer, you can partner with a graphic designer to do these things. And all you do is you share a percentage of the revenue to them. And here's where the numbers game come in. If you can have a webinar for an hour, you charge 500 Rand per person, and you have 100 people that attend that webinar, that is 50,000 Rand for 1 hour's worth of work. So it generates a hell of a lot of leverage for you, in the sense that you have an unlimited amount of people. So you just help get the idea, set up the webinar platform, get a speaker in to come and do the webinar, and your job is then to promote that to people. And there are so many different places where people that are interested in a specific thing get around. So there are groups, there are clubs, all of these kind of things where you can get involved. Offer that to those people, the webinar, and they can then register for your webinar. LinkedIn is an amazing place to go build up contacts for this, and you just offer this as a new skill for people. So again, very big profit potential, very big leveraging and automation potential. If you want to, you can start small with something that you have a skill on, something that you might do as a hobby, something that you have been doing in your job or in your work for years and years and years. And the nice thing about these webinars is you can even record it, have an automated version of that webinar that people can attend at any point. So you create leverage again. Once you've done the webinar, it is on the system, and people can pay to view that webinar and learn the skill. So again, it creates that automation that will help you to generate leveraged income, instead of you doing an hour, getting paid for an hour, then doing an hour, getting paid for an hour again. Now, this doesn't just have to be training. It can be any kind of webinar that you want to do. Motivational speaking, any of those kind of things you can do on the webinar. Okay, so those are two ideas. If you have some more, if you have questions regarding them, guys, remember when I talk about these ideas, I'm giving an overview. If you want more in-depth information for each of these business opportunities, I have a fully written out business plan for them. So if you are interested in any of this, you want to see more detail on it, like what is the capital outlay that would be needed. Now, most of these are either and that was Def Leppard with Rocket. Those of you watching on our social media, we are going through a talk I did previously a few months ago regarding some business ideas you can start with little to no capital. So if you are not an entrepreneur yet and you want to become an entrepreneur, you can watch that video. You can also go and see any of those videos on our YouTube channel. You can just search for I Retire on YouTube. You will find all our content there. So let's continue with our discussion. Before the break, we spoke about who is Nexus-X and what Nexus-X does. We focus on assisting small business owners in maximizing the growth potential of their business through education and comprehensive support. Now, we have 10 experts in different fields working around the nexus point being you and your business. So let's start with this and just run through these different areas of expertise that is addressed. The first one, starting at the top, we're looking at business funding. We have a partner that could help your business attain funding so that you can grow your business. I think that is one of the biggest challenges most small businesses have, is the fact that we don't know how to get the funding we need to grow our business. So through that seat, you will have access not only to funding, but to the knowledge of what you need to have in place to be fundable, to be able to qualify for funding. Then we have the commercial insurance seat in Nexus-X, where you will be helped to make sure that you do not overspend on your commercial insurance you need, also that you are correctly insured for your specific industry and your specific risk. We also have the business insurance side, which will help your business with business continuity, making sure that all the contracts and all the cover is in place for loan accounts, for buy and sell agreements, key man insurance, group schemes, all of those kind of things. You will be helped to put all of that in place. Then we have legal and labor law for all your legal and labor needs, your human resources, CCMA cases, contracts, employment contracts, supplier contracts, client contracts. All of those kind of things can be put in place and managed for you through our legal and labor law seat. Then we have the tax and accounting seat, where our experts at Simpson's Accounting will help you with all your tax needs, making sure that you pay the least amount of tax you can, but also making sure that your accounting is up to speed and you don't have any issues with that, making sure that all your accounting is done properly and all your financial statements is done. Then we have the marketing and branding seat, where you will be not only guided in what kind of marketing you need to do, but you will also find branding support, making sure that your brand identity is consistent and your customers can find you and they feel comfortable because you have a consistent identity through all your different aspects of your business marketing. Then we have the skills development seat, where you will be guided and helped on how you can qualify for internships, how you can employ interns and get tax benefit from there. Do you qualify for skills development levy refunds? How do you use the skills development to improve the skills of your employees without it costing you an arm and a leg? Then we have the business coaching seat, where you will get expert guidance and coaching from a qualified business coach to help you and make you understand what the steps are that you need to work through to grow your business. We have the infrastructure and automation seat to help you not only make your business run more efficiently, but also at a better cost-effective rate by automating some of your processes, making sure that you don't overpay for your telephones by using VoIP systems, getting automated systems in place for email responders, etc., etc. And then the last seat is the printing and advertising seat for all the printing needs that you need. You might need business cards, you need large scale printing for marketing material, etc., etc. So it is a very comprehensive group of 10 experts in their field that we have put together that will all work around you through your relationship manager, that will guide you and make sure that you get the right support in your journey to build your business. All of this is done on the foundation of the 5 steps to business success. So these experts will guide you through the 5 steps to business success, and each of these steps you will be taken by the hand and guided through what needs to be implemented. So let's look at this first step called the identify step. You don't know what you need to improve in your business if you don't first identify the problem areas. And here we do what we call a health checkup for your business in a whole bunch of different areas. The health checks you get is a financial health check. You will have a tax health check, an accounting health check, a human resources health check, an employee health check, and then your brand health check. Also, your infrastructure health will be checked as well. So this is where we're going to determine what are the areas that you need to improve upon, where are your problem areas or your risk areas, so that you can become aware of where improvements needs to be made. Remember, awareness is 80% of the battle won. So here we focus on making sure you are aware of where your business is. We tend to, as small business owners, we tend to survive from month to month, just doing what needs to be done that day to move to the next day. But we very seldom have the time to really sit down, look at our business holistically, and look at which areas needs to be improved upon. And a big reason for that is what I discussed earlier, the fact that we haven't got the skill and we don't have access to the right experts to do all of these things and make sure that we are sorted out. Through Nexus-X, you get the experts to do these financial health checks or these health checkups for your business on your behalf, give you a report card, and you will then know where are areas that needs to be addressed or improved upon, and which areas you are doing quite well at. Step number 2 is then rectify. So what the experts will do in step number 2 is to create a practical plan of action for you, focused on the priorities, the areas that needs to be addressed first, the ones that has the biggest chance of having a negative impact on your business. And they create a practical plan of action around your affordability and around what you have available to start improving your business systems. So it's not about starting and doing everything all at once. Remember, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. And the experts will work with you one bite at a time until they have fixed all the different areas, whether that takes a year, 2 years, 3 years. You need to have a plan of action so that you have a roadmap to follow on what you need to improve. Now just think about how that will change the stress and the feeling of overwhelm if you have a practical plan setting out exactly what is going to be addressed in your business on a month-to-month basis. So you suddenly know, I don't have to worry about this thing because I'm going to address that in 3 months' time. I know what I need to address now because that is the most important thing. Plus, you have experts that address these areas on your behalf. So you don't have to worry about whether that area is addressed properly, if it's the right things that gets put in place. You know that the experts are handling this on your behalf. imagine the change in your stress levels and in your feeling of being overwhelmed, how that changes when you know there's a plan and there are experts that will sort it out for you. Step number 3 is then become. And this is all about who you need to become. So we're going to take another music break, and when we come back from that music break, we're going to look at discussing in more detail step 3, step 4, and step 5 of the 5 steps to business success that Nexus-X helps you to develop and implement. Those of you listening on Berg Studio, we are going to listen to some All-American Rejects and Swing Swing. Those of you on our social media channels, let's continue with that video on the business ideas you can start with little or no capital. No capital outlay or very, very little capital outlay. If you want more detail, you're welcome to be in contact with me. You can email me directly at lourens@retirehappy.co.za, and I can talk to you and I can help you get the business plan for this specific type of business. We also have hundreds of other business opportunities with business plans as well. I just picked 3 that I think is very simple for people to get going with. So you're welcome to contact me. You're also welcome to listen to this again on our YouTube channel. All of these shows are put onto YouTube. You just search for I Retire. And then also you can follow us on Facebook, Retire Happy, or you can just go to our website, retirehappy.co.za. Okay, so the third business opportunity that we have is secretarial and admin work for small companies. So where we are at the moment is lots and lots of people have had to start their own business, had to start a part-time business, whether it's part-time or full-time. They might have been retrenched during this time, and they had to look at finding a way to become self-employed, start their own business. Thousands of new businesses get registered every month in the country, and that's not even the people who just start businesses as sole proprietors. So many of these businesses are also part-time, and therefore they can't afford to have a secretary or an admin assistant on their payroll on a full-time basis. So what happens is they try and fit in any calls they get, any admin work they do in between what they need to do to generate income. And we all know that that kind of work doesn't generate income. So you'd rather want to spend your time on the things that will actually build income for your business. So what this opportunity offers is, if you're good with admin, if you're good with on the phone, you then offer your secretarial services to small companies for a small monthly fee. So instead of that person having to pay a receptionist or an admin assistant a fixed salary of, let's say, 10,000 Rand per month, they can get somebody to do that work for them for, say, 1,000 Rand a month, because they don't have so much work that they can keep somebody busy on a full-time basis. You then use the leverage of getting different businesses and you do all of their work for them. So you do a telephone service for them where if people phone in, you answer the service, which is much more professional than them finding an answering machine and then having to leave a message. You answer the phone on their behalf, and at the end of the day, they can phone you. You can give them feedback on all the calls that you've taken for them with potential business, etc., etc. Like I said, this is much more professional than having an answering service or somebody, let's say a plumber or somebody that's busy during the day trying to answer his cell phone while he's on the roof doing. Welcome back, everyone, and that was the All-American Rejects and Swing Swing. Let's continue with our discussion on the 5 steps to business success and Nexus-X, and how the experts at Nexus-X can help you work through these 5 steps and achieve the goals that you've set for your business. So step number 3 is called become. And this is all about what you as the business owner need to become to grow a business the size of the business you want to achieve. Because for things to improve, you need to improve. For your business to grow, you have to grow. You will never run R100 million or $100 million business if you are not a person capable of running a $100 million business. So step 3 is about what you need to become and your development. So there we focus on personal development, developing your mindset, developing your mentality so that you can build that kind of business. You get the business coaching you need to know what business is all about and have the skills to grow your business, and also the financial coaching to make sure that as your business grows, as your financial responsibilities increase, because guys, let's be honest, the bigger a business becomes, the more financial responsibilities are on the business owner. So through financial coaching, you will understand the financial implications of decisions you make. You will understand the financial systems you need to have in place to run your business efficiently and profitably. So in step number 3, we focus on you as the business owner to get you to a point where you are ready for your business to grow. Typically what we do in business is we think that we will first grow our business, and as the business grows, we will then grow with it. But we find out that that's not how it works. The business follows our growth path. So as you grow, your business will grow. Not as your business grows, you will grow. So you first focus on you and what you need to grow and what you need to become, and then the business will follow. Step 4 is develop. And this is all about your support group, your staff, your employees. There is no such thing as a self-made millionaire. That is a myth that does not exist. Anybody who's ever become a millionaire or a billionaire has done so through the support of a whole team of people around them. And the faster you can get to your goals is dependent on how strong the team is that supports you, the team that you have around you. So for you to achieve your goals, you need to build a strong support structure. You need to develop your team and invest in your employees. You want to invest in employees by giving them access to employee benefits, which creates employee loyalty. If your employees are looked after, they can take their effort, their energy, and help you build your business. Invest in skills development and training for your employees so that they can become the best version of themselves and the best person to do the job that you need them to do. We can help you with internships. So as you bring in new employees, you get benefits from SARS and tax benefits from bringing people in and training and developing these employees. And then also focus on your employee wellness, the holistic approach to your employee wellness. We also focus on educating your employees from a financial perspective and coaching them to achieve their goals. Because if your employees are looked after financially, if they are stable financially, they can focus their energy on doing what you need them to do in the business every single day, instead of worrying about how their bills are going to get paid. And last but not least, you then focus on expansion. So as you can see, step 5 is expand, not step 1. So you first have to do the identify phase to see what you need to fix in your business for the size that your business is at the moment. Then you have to rectify those areas so that the business can run efficiently at the size that it's at the moment. Then you focus on your growth and becoming what you need to become to run a bigger business. You then develop your team to be ready for the responsibilities that come with running a bigger business, and then you start with your expansion plan. And that is, the expansion plan is there to move your business from being a transactional business to becoming a transformational business. And that needs to be your mindset, is always to move your business from being transactional to being transformational. Now, what does that mean? Transactional businesses mean that you as the owner still sell your time for money. You still have to do things in the business to generate revenue for the business. So a transactional business is a doing business. I have to do something to earn the income. The question that is asked when starting a transactional business, and this is the question most people ask when they start a business, is what can I do? And then they build a business around that doing. What you want to do is move to a transformational business which has a different question. And that question is, what can I teach others to do? So how do I create leverage? So you do that by replacing yourself first. And how you do that is you determine what all the functions are that you have to perform at this stage. You then go to the lowest common function that you need to do and replace yourself in that function first. And then you replace the next function and the next function. I call it your not to-do list. Most of us have a huge to-do list, and a lot of the things on that to-do list doesn't need our expertise. There's only a few things on that list that only we can do. But we just keep doing this because we're not aware. You want to replace yourself on your not to-do list. Give that to your employees. Train them to take over those responsibilities from you. The best way to do that, and as you grow, you need to learn to recruit better employees. I always say to people, if your journey or your goal is to have 10 out of 10 employees, but you recruit 3 out of 10 employees. So you recruit employees that are only 30% capable of being the best at what they do. You have to increase them or improve them 70%. But if you recruit 70% employees, 7 out of 10 employees, you only need to improve them by 30%. So the better you recruit, the easier you will grow those people to the level that you want them to be. And the purpose of all of this is to build leverage, is to have people take the action, do the things that needs to be done so that you can earn income from other people's efforts. And then the last step is to get the funding you need to grow your business. And through one of the seats and our partners at the business funding side, you can then qualify to get the business funding, whether it's asset funding, whether it is to expand your business, have more stock on hand, etc., etc. We can help you through Nexus-X and the experts that you will have access to qualify, become fundable, and get the funding that you need to grow your business. Now, as we say, step 5 is the last step. But the moment you start expanding, the circle closes and you go back to step 1. Because what's happened now is you have now grown a business that has a different set of rules, a different set of obstacles that needs to be overcome. So then you start and you go back to the identify phase. You look at your health checkups and say, but now that I've now got 3 branches instead of just 1 branch, which areas are at risk? Where are the pitfalls? Where are the shortfalls? You then create a plan of action to rectify those problems. You then start focusing on becoming the person and the leader you need to become for the next step in your business evolution. You then develop your people so that they can take over even more of your tasks, and then you focus on your next expansion plan. And you keep following these 5 steps on an ongoing basis until whatever size it is that you want your business to grow to. So with Nexus-X, you can 10x your business now. You can grow your business by 10 times because you've got 10 experts working with you on different aspects to help you achieve your goals. You partner with the experts at Nexus-X and you can exceed your wildest expectations in your business. So don't wait and contact us at Nexus-X. You can phone us on 087-809-0603. Go to nexusx.africa or send an email to info@nexusx.africa. And one of our relationship managers will set up some time with you to go through the introduction meeting of how the experts can help you achieve your business goals. Guys, it was great to share the launch and the concept of Nexus-X with you. For those of you who are listening but you don't have a business or you haven't started your own business yet, but you do know about business owners, share the link to this video with them. Let them come and view what we do at Nexus-X because we can help them achieve their goals as well. I'm going to play out the last couple of minutes on the business ideas video so that you can finish that, and then I will see you again next week. And next week we will have TJ Seifert from Nexus-X, one of the relationship managers, live in studio as my guest to come and discuss the practical ways that they work with SMMEs to help them achieve their goals. Enjoy the rest of the week, and I will see you guys again next week, Thursday, same time, same place. Cheers, everyone. Something or busy with his head in the toilet or whatever the case may be. So that offers that service, and for R1,000 a month, the person gets a telephone service that is much more professional. You can also then add admin services to that for the company, and that's a nice upselling opportunity for you. You can do the telephone answering service, and then you can do the upsell of the admin services, where for that company you can help them with their invoicing, with quotes being sent out and emailed, manning their email service so that when emails come through for their company, you can respond to that emails on their behalf, or at least let them know if there's an urgent thing to respond. I mean, how many times do these people miss out on businesses or miss out on jobs that can generate revenue because it took them the whole day to respond to an email, and by the time they had time to respond, somebody else already got the business. So if you have somebody that does that for you, you will become much more effective, and the business owner can focus on what he's good at, which is doing what the business does to generate income. So you can then use that, and then you can leverage this, because this is a typical, what can I teach other people to do? Because as you get more and more companies, small businesses on your books that you do these services for, instead of you doing it, you start employing people to do the service. So you can have a whole team of secretaries and admin people working with different companies. So let's say each of them has 20 companies or 30 companies that they work for, and you then employ them to do that. You pay them a salary, and you then earn income from leverage. So that gives you a nice leveraged opportunity. But again, you can start the business with almost no capital outlay. As long as you have a computer, you can set up email addresses on your Outlook or on your Gmail. You can set up email addresses, and you have a telephone service. You can have one cell phone or have one line, and instead of answering the phone with the company's name, you answer the phone with the number, and then the person just says which company he's looking for to be in contact with. So yeah, that's another easy one to set up, and there's such a big need for that it will be very easy for you to find clients to do it. It's not necessarily a business opportunity that you can do as a part-time. Ideally, you want to do that if you want to start a full-time business. You might have been retrenched from your business where you are already working with admin work, etc., etc. So that is a business opportunity as well. So secretarial and admin.
Financially raw, real, authentic wisdom with Lourens from Retire Rich and Happy.